Welcome to the Rhonda Effect, the podcast dedicated to helping entrepreneurs like you harness the power of intuition and deepen your connection with spirit. I'm your host, Rhonda Ardent, and this is your space to stepping into your power and unleashing the extraordinary potential within you. In a world where understanding the unseen has never been more crucial, we're embracing the age of intuition and awakening to the profound guidance that lies just beneath the surface. Each week, we'll explore how you can strengthen your intuitive abilities, deepen more connection with spirit, and navigate your entrepreneurial journey with clarity and confidence. It's time to awaken to the possibilities, trust your inner wisdom, and transform your life and business from the inside out. Join me on the Rhonda Effect as we embark on this incredible journey together. So let's dive in and discover the power of intuition. So welcome back to the Rhonda Effect Intuition Unplugged podcast. And if you're watching by YouTube, welcome back to the Rhonda Effect Intuition Unplugged YouTube channel. Today I have a very special guest with me, Lynsay from the Norfolk Juice Company. And I want to introduce Lynsay. So a little bit of background first, but the Norfolk Juice Company opened in November 1st, 2021 at the Apple Place in Simcoe, Ontario. This was a dream for almost 15 years. It's a mother-daughter duo brought this vision to life with the help of amazing people and friends in Norfolk County to make this dream a reality. On May 1st, Norfolk Juice Company opened their first brick and mortar location, which focused on cold pressed juice alongside with superfood smoothies, acai, energy bowls, toast, treats, coffees, and so much more. And another tidbit of information, on July 1st, 2024, the second location of Norfolk Juice Co. was opened in Dundas, Ontario. Welcome, Lynsay. Welcome to the podcast. And I am so excited that you are here.
Thank you very much, Rhonda. And wow, when you get to hear, your little bio of, those almost 3 years have just gone by so fast.
Wow.
Shared location. Actually, we first met there, which is
That's
kind of wild that you were one of my customers. And then, last year was May 1st, was 2023 was Port Dover. And then, yeah, why not? July 1st this year, open up location number 2 in my hometown of Dundas. So
that's amazing.
It's wild to think about everything that has happened in the past few years.
Absolutely. What a ride. What a ride. I got to ask you, though. So I know you started at the Apple Place where we met, like you said, which was a very amazing location. What led you to open up your first actual brick and mortar standalone store? Like how did you do that? Like not do it, but how did that come about?
Okay. Well, when I started in Simcoe, I knew there was something more, and I wanted to jump into, how do we have our own location? Because we were so lucky to share for a year and a half that small space, a little 5x5, right beside where they made donuts. We won't have to go through everything on where it was, but I knew there was that little push that said, you're going to have your own brick and mortar. We're going to be able to offer more. I would then be able to have a team, and I could give someone the key to open up and close, and I wouldn't have to be there the whole time. That wasn't part of it, but I mean, that's also a benefit of it.
Absolutely.
And it was, ever since, so we opened up at that November, I actually went walking through places as early as January 2022.
Oh.
I mean, we can go full circle here. By the way, that location I walked through in January 2022 is where we opened our second location. Just
really?
Just drop that down right now. So yes, that place had been in the back of my mind for a long time. So, but being in Norfolk County, not in the, in Hamilton, Dundas, I was always looking. I walked through so many places in Simcoe. I even looked in Port Rowan. I
Yep.
kept it was just something that after I finished work, I would drive around and I would look at the location, I would look at the parking situation, I would look at everything and going, will this be our first location of a brick and mortar? Um, I loved showing up, but I just knew there was something more that I could do. More than just cold pressed juices, the
Yeah.
acai bowls, the smoothies, extending our coffee offering. Like it was missing in Norfolk County. And I was so determined, I'm going to find this place. And it was hard seeing some of them because you're like, you walk through it and you're like, could this work? And you're like, I know it's just not going to be the right place. And then you have that excitement and then a level of disappointment. But you knew
Yeah.
it wasn't going to work out anyways. But you're just like, I really want.
Yeah.
And so be like, okay, what is it? Where am I being led to? Please show me the way. And it was literally it was over a year of doing this. And
Wow.
it happened.
Would you say that was your intuition, or do you feel that you were spirit led, or what would you think that was? Or what did you think that was?
Well, I would totally say I think my spirit led is an intuition in me. I would put
Yeah.
those pretty much two together.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
My ideas, if you let me out on my own, I would probably do something crazy. I did 20 years. So
Yeah.
those years, I don't know where they went, but they went somewhere good. So with it, I would say that was very spirit led because if you think about it, like okay, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I had been in the world of human resources for over 13 years, in a career driven, and let's just say I'm better as an entrepreneur in life. And I knew there was something more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't follow rules well. So it was like, okay, there is something driving me. It's lighting me up. I am determined. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
there is a reason for what's about to come. So I would say that my intuition was influenced by the spirit
Yeah.
the spirit messaging going, you are about to unveil something that is for the health and well-being of others.
Oh
Might
my
take
God.
time, but it's going to be worth it.
Wow.
Hmm.
How did you feel when you had that message come to you?
Can we do it now? I have the patience of nothing.
Yeah.
I want this done yesterday. So when, this, I would have that feeling every day. Every,
Yeah.
and every day I'm not going to tear up because it was hard. I am so grateful for my time in Simcoe. But when
Mhm.
I would drive up there every morning, I'm like, when's this going to happen? Like, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for this opportunity. But like, I'm ready. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah. And
No,
it
I'm ready. I'm like,
yeah.
my
Yeah.
intuition, my spirit was like, no, hold on, Lynsay. You got a lot of lessons that you need to learn before you are ready because what you're going to get thrown into as a business owner is
Mhm.
something that you don't know. And there are so many more elements than being in a shared space. You are going to
That's
learn
right.
what overhead is and employees and WSIB and payroll tax. It's coming,
That that's right. Could you imagine if you did I wouldn't even want to see you do that, like go from idea to brick and mortar because you didn't have those lessons in between. It's in that in between uncomfortable, you have that desire, that dream dropped into you, and actually having it come to fruition. It's in that in between that sometimes is very uncomfortable for us because we are learning lessons and we are desiring to get this done, get it done. What was your biggest lesson in the waiting besides waiting?
Patient. The biggest lesson was being able to really connect with some people along the way. Uh,
Oh.
I would say connection. And in
Mhm.
that waiting period was the time that allowed me to go, okay, when and if, not if, but when this is going to happen, who is going to be part of this team? What resources do I need? What
Mhm.
will be required to effectively get this off the ground? Are there any outside people that I can consult with and who are already been through this and to help
Yes.
me launch that next level of Norfolk juice. So it did. I had, I took the time. I went to Findlay, Ohio, saw my friends at JK Juices who have been my mentors since day one. I then was able to connect with Venture Norfolk, and I'm so grateful for them because they helped fund the first brick and mortar location, because that was an old pizzeria and it needed to be ripped apart.
I remember that.
With that, and then it was like, okay, I connected with a local contractor when he was ready, a local designer to go and give my ideas, because if I just jumped right into it, it wouldn't be the way it is today.
That's right. That's right.
Time.
Mm-hmm. And it's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful location.
Yeah.
It's literally handpicked for you.
Oh, and I was looking at so many, Rhonda, and I have to think, there was a sign outside of it. This is a fun story. So the sign on like for rent, and it was on that billboard, stand-up billboard. There was a for rent sign, and I really never drove around Port Dover. But I am so grateful for Dan from Fork and Pierogi, who called me up because I walked through where he has the barnyard and was going to go for that. And he had just gotten that one. He's like, hey, there's a place in Port Dover I want you to connect with. Like,
yeah,
out of nowhere. And I'm like, I'm on it. Dang, I might even know what it was. And again, I'm grateful for the people in my life who have helped me see things differently. Because when I walked in that space, some would see, this is a disaster. Like, you're gonna put what in here?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I can see this. I envision it. And it's such a beautiful location. It just needs, a little Norfolk Juice Co. touch.
Exactly. And let me tell you, you've done the town a favor, right? You have beautified that portion of Port Dover. You really have. You brought such goodness and light to that part of the community, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay, so we know about your first location. How did the second location, even though you mentioned that it was a year prior, you'd walk through the exact location, but what made you pull the trigger and say, let's do this?
Okay, let's just see. I thought my computer just glitched on me. It's like, you are not allowed to know the story.
That's for episode number 3.
Can we go back just a little to when I moved back from Hawaii?
Okay. Oh, do tell.
Oh, so when I moved back from Hawaii, there was a smoothie shop in there called Earthshake. And I walked through it to want to buy that business. Okay, so.
Oh.
Never knew that. So that location, remember? We keep coming around back to this 103 King. Mom is from Dundas. I grew up in Dundas. And, once that smoothie shop left, and there was just knowing Dundas or in Ancaster really isn't anything healthy. And I would always have my eyes on that. Like, the businesses would come, the businesses would go, which kind of is concerning. And that's why. And you'd have customers, people walk by, businesses didn't even last more than 6 years. And I'm like, we're going to last. That was always, that's common to the Dundasites. I call them the Dundasites. So when this happened, I saw the business that was in there was for sale. And I mean, I again have had my eyes on 103 King. I want it. I don't want a Japanese business, but I want that space. So I reached out to their kind of a realtor. They do restaurants. And the guy said, sorry, I'm not a realtor. And no, you can only buy the restaurant. I was like, I don't want that. In the posting, it says, do not contact the restaurant directly. So remember, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not.
You don't like rules.
Contacting the restaurant directly. And I was like, yes. And I took it from a place of grace and just kindness. And like, if you happen to be looking and you move to a new location because you're expanding, I'm not interested in your business, but what I am really interested in is your location.
Okay.
Then it was announced that they had sold to another person. Literally a week later, I get a message, a DM on Instagram that says, "Hey, do you want to talk later today?" And I'm like, but again, by the way, I don't want to buy the business. I mean, making Japanese food. I'm like, I'm just good enough in my juice world. Okay. Um, and it was a lot of back and forth. And then here we are, and we're signing, I'm taking over his lease.
Wow.
His business. We did pay a set amount of money for
Yep.
the equipment that was in there. I did not buy the business. But it was like, you need this. You need to go. You need to go. This is where you need to be. And yeah. And that's why, in the last, it has definitely been quite the event of the last couple months. And I just share with you from a junction box almost setting on fire in our roof, where that got fixed, to the next day, the dentist's office toilet leaking, where our serving counter is, and right now scaffolding because they're doing brickwork, so people don't even know we're open. So when there are so many challenges and things along the way, and I just keep saying, okay, is this to make me stronger and more resilient as a business owner? Because I mean, and that can be in any business. I feel that once you've done this, you can do anything.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes. That is quite the story. I had no idea how it all evolved. That's amazing. And where you are right now with 2 locations, Mama Juice, Juicy Juice, yourself running the entire operation. It's just a beautiful story. I know sometimes it may not feel beautiful, depending on the day, what's going on, if the toilet is leaking or whatnot in Dundas. But honestly, I feel I have a message for you. And if you're open to it, I would love to be able to give you a message from Spirit.
I'm open to the message from Spirit.
Okay. So before we started our podcast session, I was tuning in. I was listening to music. I was tuning in just to, yourself and the day. It's nothing like specific. But what really came to my understanding, my spirit, is you are following the light within you. You started knowing where you're going before you even understood where it was. You also are in an area right now. Sorry, I've got to close my eyes. If anybody's looking, I've closed my eyes because I can see with my eyes closed. Sorry if people are looking at me going, why she have her eyes closed? What I see is you are in the light. You've been brought through what you're being brought through, because in that location, in that specific part of the town, in that specific building, there has been a heaviness of energy. There's been a almost like a cloud, a dark cloud over that area, over that building. You have been put there. You've been hand selected and picked to be in that location, and in that timing. The exact timing is where you are right now. You may not feel it. You may not see it right at the moment, but you are pushing out that dark cloud. You are like, you've got that, and it's not a fire hose, but it's more like a big fancy air hose, I guess it is. And it's like you are blowing that cloud away. You are making room, and you are making a way for others to come in to feel the light and love of that area that was meant for that long before you started, long before you even understood of why you needed that location, or better yet, why you needed to be in that location. You have a specific purpose in that location, far greater than you could ever imagine. You are a warrior. You have been chosen for that location. Just as you felt that location chose you, you have been chosen for that location. Port Dover is the shining light. Port Dover, you are radiating, you are showing, and you are just like calling in all those amazing, amazing people. They see your light. They know you exist. Dundas, they're starting to question. They're starting to wonder. They're starting to see. And it's going to be a rough ride for a little bit. You can hang on. You will hang on. You will not be forgotten. You are where you're at because you were put there. Remember that. That is my message for you. Wow. Preaching.
You're preaching and I'm tearing.
I really feel that. Like it is such, like, it is like, I can feel it through my body. It is so strong. You were there because you were put there, not because you think you chose it, but you know you were put there for a reason. And I almost feel like you, as you're gaining your tribe in Dover, it's that tribe in Dover that will also help you in Dundas. Mm-hmm. They will also be the ones that are standing there with the like the air hose blowing this black cloud away. And I can literally see it. Like I can literally see it going and gone. And you will be standing. And you will know that where you're at was because it was chosen for you. And on that note,
take a break.
Yeah. We take a break from our sponsors. Yes, you're truly a light. Truly are. And I want to make sure you heard that, and you absorb that. And that's how Spirit speaks to me. Sometimes Spirit is very fired up with me, and not with me, but through me, because that other person needs to have that, almost like that, not a lifeline, but that, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. This is okay. I'm okay. And you're okay.
Thank you, Rhonda.
You're welcome. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not quite sure how to end this, but
we should. Let's just keep going.
I know. I could. I sometimes have to stop myself, and I do. I stop Spirit from continuing because it's like, okay, I feel like it's been an hour. Meanwhile, it's only been a couple minutes, right? It's the same message coming to me for you, and has been for a while. And I'm glad you've been able to come on this podcast so I could literally tell you in person.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, if you'd like me to pull a card, I can, or just wrap it up just like that, whatever you would like.
Oh, no, I feel like a card is needed for this one now before you can wrap things up.
Okay. All right. Let's just see what the angel card says.
All right, angel in business. What you got?
What we got? What do we got? These words are larger, so they fall all over the place here on me. Okay. All right, here we go. It's called visibility. It's called visibility. It's safe to be me. Me as in Lynsay, the warrior. Me as in Lynsay, the non-rule lover. Me as in Lynsay, the entrepreneur extraordinaire. Me as in Lynsay, the kick-ass woman that she is. Me as in Lynsay, the woman who has the largest heart ever. Me as in Lynsay, who is going to kick that cloud out of the town. Visibility. It's safe to be me. I love it. Love it.
Be me tonight on this.
You're welcome.
Day.
You're welcome.
Whatever it is.
It's actually a very, very good day. It's a 10-10, which has a great energy of releasing and ushering things in. So it is a perfect day. We are, there's a lot of things going on with the energies, and I'm sure you can feel it going, okay, what's going on? But yeah, so it's 10-10 today. And your card's number 44. Whenever I see that, I just know that my angels are with me. Yeah. So I want to wrap up, and I want to thank you for being part of the podcast, the Rhonda Effect Intuition Unplugged podcast. And I know I'm going to be seeing you around, but can you leave leave the viewers or the listeners one golden nugget for them to take forward with them.
From my experience, is really to trust your intuition. And I know we're Intuition Unplugged, but trusting it and not doubting, because trust is going to lead you in the right way.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for that. That is literally a golden nugget. So thank you so much. Okay, well, take care and we will be seeing you.
Thanks, Rhonda.
You're welcome. Thank you for tuning into the Rhonda Effect. I'm Rhonda Arnott, and I am honored to have shared this journey with you today. As we wrap up this episode, remember that the power of intuition and the connection with spirit are always within you, guiding and empowering you. In this age of intuition, it's more important than ever to trust your inner wisdom and embrace the unseen forces that can propel you to new heights. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep listening to that inner voice that knows the way. If you found today's episode inspiring, I encourage you to subscribe, leave a review, and share this with all your friends who are ready to awaken their own intuitive powers. And if you're looking for more ways to deepen your connection with spirit and step into your full potential, head on over to Instagram, find me at rhonda.arnott, and send me a DM. Until then, stay tuned, stay connected, and remember, the magic of intuition is always at your fingertips. This is Rhonda Arnott, and you've been listening to The Rhonda Effect. See you next time.